Hello, 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 everybody. How is everybody doing? Hope you guys are doing good. No, I didn't stop talking. Or, I mean, I stopped talking, but yeah, I've still got volume. We're going to give it a few minutes, guys, and let just a little bit of a few more people get in here. I've got some stuff that I found, some reports and stories today, just like three of them, four of them actually. That's a little well, it's not out of the norm for the world this day and time, but some of them are horrific. Hello, Single Mom, Alpaca Maid, Spirit Mist, Bet Smith, Real Rockin' Robin, um, English Rose, Victoria, Grossi. I seen you up here a while ago. Where'd you go? Linda Wilson. Um, Lexi, if you're still in here, hello. And I will say, Lexi, I truly am not by no means trying to be mean or rude. Um, it just and if your intentions are strictly innocent, then I do apologize. But it's just like that's all you ever want to talk about when you come in here. And for the safety of my grandchild, I think it's best if we just don't ask about Selena anymore. Okay. Hey, Jacqueline. Angie Davis, hello. I've not seen you in a minute. The skinny minute, as a matter of fact. Amy Lou, hello. Canning some squash. The only thing I like canned are pickles and uh sure, we want an update on her. How's she doing, Lexi? I like jellies and pickles. Pick, pickled squash, huh? I've never heard tell of pickled squash. Guys, don't forget to go hit the thumbs up, okay? Even I understand you may not want to hit the thumbs up right now because you don't even know what we're talking about. But just go hit the thumbs up if you like me or if you like what we normally talk about. If by the end of the show you realize you really don't like what we talked about, then as you leave, you can always take and hit the thumbs down. It don't matter if they're up or down. A thumb is a thumb is a thumb. Did I watch? No, I didn't, sweetheart. Was it good? Robin asked me if I watched Justin, guys, if you're wondering. Hello, Julia. Okay, she is a little bit better, but my 3-year-old is sick now. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lexi. We will be praying for both your babies, okay? And I hope you understand if you have 2 children, you understand how protective mama bears can be. And trust me, it gets worse when you are a grandmother. Hang on one second. Am live and sent email. Okay, we're back. Yes, very interesting. Candace admitted on the Cow Ladies channel that her daughter is in heaven. Oh no. Oh wow. Alicia, evidently today, or was it last night, Robin? Oh, wow. Yep, you're right, Lexi. There you go. Oh, no, I think she's meaning when did Candace say it? Well, I know I started to say, I hope somebody got that, but I'm sure there was at least 100 people screenshotted that, screen recorded it. Oh, she said it a few minutes ago. Well, hello, unapproachable lot. Yeah, Alicia says, what did she say happened to her? Or did she say what happened? Oh, wow. Anybody that I didn't catch coming in, hello, guys. I didn't mean to overlook you. JPL, hello, sweetheart. Well, that's a step in the right direction, Candace. Now tell what happened exactly. Police need to know. Ask her how it happened. Yeah. OMG, that's horrible. I wonder if that's her thoughts or her thoughts Dawn put in her head because she seems pretty convinced she was alive. I have always known Summer was deceased, but admitting it, she needs to say what happened, right? Candace did not say what happened to Summer. She just said her daughter is in heaven. No, not Candace's first daughter. She wasn't talking about Candace floating, was she, guys? We're praying for your kids, hon. She's on the Cow Ladies channel now. Yeah, I didn't think it was Candace floating they were talking about. She's talking about Summer, guys. Candace has always thought Summer was alive. Yeah. Yeah, she was talking about Summer, guys. That's horrible. Oh, wow. I'm sure somebody's screen recording it. Discovering she may have just been putting on a really good act, honey. Cow Lady was ditching Justin and his kids. Candace came in and said, you need to spend time with your kids. I cannot cause my daughters in heaven. Oh, wow. Well, hello, Big D, Ronnie G. How are you tonight, hon? Jojo Husky. Evidently, they're asking what happened, guys. Evidently, a few minutes ago, Candace was on the Cow Lady's channel, and okay, it says Cow Lady was, dissing on Justin and his kids. And Candace came in and said that you need to spend time with your kids. I cannot because my daughter is in heaven. Right? Maybe it was a slip, but it was an awful darn bad slip, if you ask me. Hello, Chris. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you all are doing good. Um, guys, I'm gonna try to pull up something on. Wait a minute, hang on. Something off the internet that I found today. Not like we need any more bad news or anything, but I wanted to read it to you all. There's three different things here. Uh, Hang on. Okay, let me open it up on this. I don't know how to get stupid. Only have one. I have Chrome and I have Google on my laptop, guys, and I don't want Chrome. Does anybody know how to get rid of Chrome as a search engine? I do not want it. I like my Google. I like the way it's set up. And I know that's not the topic at the moment, guys, but I really want y'all to hear this, okay? Three suitcases with human remains found in Florida waterway, police say. Delray Beach, Florida. Delray Beach police are investigating the appearance of suitcases containing human remains, according to news reports. The WPTV reported police got a call about a strange item. Where'd it go? About a strange. Hold up. Oh, about a strange item floating along the intercoastal waterway at 4:03 Friday p.m. According to Delray Beach, Florida Police Department, the item was a suitcase with human remains inside. Shortly after the first suitcase was found, another two were located along the waterway, also containing body parts. Police said the remains appeared to have belonged to a woman whose identity is not yet known. The remains were sent to the medical examiner for identification. And that's the last one on that. I'm not still sharing the screen, am I? I didn't think so. Hang on. Here's this one. No. Okay. Hang on one second, guys. Excuse me. I need Discovering or Alpaca Made. Okay, no, there's Messy Jessie is I'm going to make Messy Jessie a moderator in here so that she doesn't get hidden anymore. No, it's not okay. Okay, Alicia said she didn't mean to. That's all right then. Anyways, let me get back to this. These three stories just hit me the wrong way today, guys, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. Toddler found drugged and dehydrated in home, drugged in. Daphne, I guess is how you spell it or pronounce it, Alabama. An Alabama couple was arrested after police say a toddler was found alone, drugged, and dehydrated in a home, drugged in. According to the Dauphine police on Saturday, and if I'm not saying that correctly, I apologize. On Saturday, July the 15th at about 8 p.m., the Dauphine patrol officers responded to Atrium Apartments on County Road 64 after a resident found an unattended and without clothing 2-year-old toddler lying near his front door. Medical responders were summoned, and the parents, Hannah Starzenheim and Tyler Steele, were located shortly after. The toddler presented signs of heat exposure and dehydration and was transported to the emergency room where she tested positive for coke, police said. Meanwhile, officers and investigators obtained a search warrant for the couple's apartment. Inside, police said they found the apartment in severe disarray and located more than 100 illegal pills, some powder coke, drug paraphernalia, with 3 semi-automatic pew-pews, all within access to the toddler's reach. Starzenheim and Steele were both arrested for 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, chemical endangerment of a child, both which are felonies, as well as possession of drug paraphernalia. They remain incarcerated at Baldwin County Corrections with a bond set for each at $25,500. That is not much. Alabama DHR is involved with the future of care for the child. Ain't that some crap? And I have one more for you guys. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I just find these. This one is like you would not friggin' believe. This one is horrible. This is another Gabriel Fernandez case right here. This will blow your mind, except there's 3 kids. Come on. Why is it not? Oh, it is. It's just taking it a while to get there. This is really sad, guys. Come on. Cancel. Why is this not opening up? Quit, you guys. Whatever you are doing, stop your fighting and carrying on. Talking to my pets, guys. Florida couple accused of caging a 5-year-old boy child left bound and beaten. Deltona, Florida. A couple from Central Florida is facing dozens of charges after investigators say they severely abused a 5-year-old boy in their care. The Volusia County Sheriff's Office said a child abuse suspect was recently tracked down and arrested after it was discovered that he beat a 5-year-old boy. The child's mother is facing 25 charges of her own after detectives discovered a brutal pattern of child neglect, abuse, and torture in the home. The sheriff's office said 32-year-old Sean Stone was already in custody since May 9th on 1 count of aggravated child abuse. He is now charged with 23 additional counts stemming from repeated acts of abuse and neglect. Additionally, 28-year-old Tyler Schaefer is facing 25 similar charges after detectives say she was aware of the abuse, witnessed it, and continually failed to intervene or report it. Investigators say the charges stem from statements made by the young boy and witness accounts. Video surveillance from inside the home also played a key role in the couple's arrest. And it says, warning, viewer discretion is advised, contains graphic details of child abuse. The sheriff's office said that the case began when Schaefer called 911 to report she had a gut feeling that her live-in boyfriend, Stone, was abusing the 5-year-old child, then checked the video footage and confirmed it. Ultimately, the investigation revealed multiple recordings of the boy receiving beatings while Schaefer was present in the house, detectives said. There were other... Biscuit! Biscuit! Get over here. There were other instances where he was visibly injured and limping in her presence, but received no care or medical attention. Detectives said the day the abuse was reported, videos captured Schaefer mopping up the area where the victim was beaten with the mop handle. Video from the days leading up to that incident showed that 5-year-old victim was not only beaten, but repeatedly left with his hands bound behind his back for hours at a time, according to the sheriff's office. In one incident, the child's hands were bound behind his back from 6:43 p.m. one evening until 2:02 p.m. the following day, investigators said. On another occasion, his legs, feet, arms, and torso were bound for at least an hour while Stone stood over him. Doctors and nurses say they found 46 visible injuries in the victim, in addition to the internal injuries, including a fractured skull. The sheriff's office said in addition to the abuse recorded on video, the boy was tied up and placed in a dog cage and often punished by not receiving food. It was also determined that another child in the home was forced to drink boiling water, sprayed with boiling water, and beaten with several household objects. That child also witnessed the brutal abuse inflicted on the younger victim. Evidence was also obtained that a third child victim in the house was not receiving the proper nutrition or care for a serious medical condition and was also witnessing the constant abuse. The couple's charges range from aggravated child abuse, child neglect, false imprisonment, failure to report child abuse, conspiracy to commit those crimes, to evidence and witness tampering. Stone was charged with his additional counts Friday afternoon while still in custody without bond at the Volusia County Branch Jail. Schaefer was taken into custody on her VSO warrants late Sunday night in Pasco County. And that's how can these people do this crap to these kids? I don't get it. Yes, parents are now fresh meat in jail. Yes, they are. Hey, Alpaca Maid. They should be charged with attempted red rum. Yes, they should. 100%. Like I told y'all, it's just another Gabriel Fernandez case, I swear. Kids can not help themselves, so whoever abuses or stands silent should never have another chance to do so by any means necessary. Well, guys, that's there's a case out of Milwaukee right now, and I did a video yesterday and was trying to upload it, got it uploaded 72%, and then that computer went haywire and I couldn't get it uploaded. But it's about a case where a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old had been kept hostage. Well, I say hostage, that's probably not the proper word for it, but I don't know, y'all may have seen it, but they had been kept in a room, locked in the room, no clothes, no medical attention, no education. They'd never been to school. They did not even know how to go to the bathroom. They had never been potty trained. When DCS and law officials got to them, they literally broke out of the house. They climbed out of a window onto an air conditioning unit and was running down the street like, what is it? The Jungle Boy, the Jungle Book? That little boy would look walking down the modern day street. But they said it was so bad that the feces was all over the room, all over the kids. There was the red DNA, you know what I mean, all over the boys. And their hair was so matted with feces that the only thing that law enforcement or DCS, whoever had them, The only thing they could do was shave these two boys' heads, just shave everything off. That's the only way they could. In that case, they've got the two, but one's a mom and one's a boyfriend, and it was his house they were living in. And he's like, "Oh, well, I had to pick my battles. If I wanted to keep her calm, I just couldn't butt into how how she dealt with her kids." Excuse me? If you step into the role of a parent by living with the other parent and it's your house, for goodness sake, you are it don't. If I was just staying with somebody and I saw a child act like that, the first thing I would do is call DCS, call the law, call in the National Guard. I think, and he's not his bond, that guy with the feces, kids, whatever. His bond was $6,500. Hers was 20 something thousand, but his was $6,500. That's why I got so mad about that. He should be treated the same, and they should have a $500,000 bond if you ask me. The guy that found them thought they were in costumes. Yeah. There's another one in not Arizona, Oklahoma. Another set of kids that where they had feces all over the walls and stuff. And that father, I'm assuming he was the father, had been harming the 4-year-old little girl, if you know what I'm talking about, the worst way. We're talking all the way, and making the 1-year-old sibling watch while he did it. And there was, I don't know whose kid it was, but there was another child in that home that was 18 months old. Those kids were getting locked in the bedroom. And the reason they said that they were getting locked in the bedroom is because they didn't want them eating up their food. We're talking about a 1-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and a 4-year-old. They didn't want them eating up their food. Ugh. I'm sorry, guys. I get so agitated over all this stuff. Thank you, Cursed. Did you send me that, Cursed? You asked me what I thought about it, or is that a new one? Is that no? That's the same one. Okay. All right. Y'all, Cursed is making me a new intro. And I'm telling you what, I just got a couple of minutes of it. She gave me a preview of it, of what she's got done so far. And I literally cried or almost cried. And when I sent it to Discovering for her to take a look at, she cried. It is so beautiful. Hello, Miss Sherry. How are you today, hon? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm sorry. I hope everything's okay, Miss Sherry, with your family. Okay. Welcome to all coming in. Everything we discuss is not fact, but is factual manner. In a factual manner, all content and opinions are alleged and are for entertainment and educational purposes only. And a lot of it is my personal opinion or my personal feelings on things. Summer Wells missing from Rogersville, Tennessee, June 15th, 2021. Age 5, now 7, blonde hair, blue eyes, 4 foot, 40 pounds, wearing pink shirt, gray pants, barefoot. Any credible tips, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND or 1-800-824-3463. Oh, never know when I'll pop up. No, that's right. You never know. I've seen you in here plenty of times and never knew that's who you were. Yeah, there you go, Sherry. In here, you can take a deep breath and relax. Um, and everyone has a right to their opinion at Nana's Angels. Absolutely, 100%. Everybody has a right to their opinion here. So, I don't know. Some of you missed what I read about that. I pulled up off Google because my computers and my phone is so messed up right now. But I read that those stories are really starting to get to me, guys. But what really got my attention was those three suitcases. I wonder, they say it was of a woman, or they think it was of a woman, but I'm wondering if it was more, multiple people. Three different suitcases with human remains floating up. Hello, Holly Golightly. I'm glad to see everybody in here. Horifice, Nana, Horifice. They are, Alicia. That's what I'm pointing out. These things are happening way too many times. I mean, like when I was doing the one about the 7-year-old and the 9-year-old little boy, like my intro, I made the statement that, guys, I hate to say, but here's another set of the hundreds of monsters that we're hearing about every single day. This is getting ridiculous. I mean, pretty soon we are literally, at this rate, we are not going to have any children to leave this world to. I'm scared of suitcases now after all these suitcases using them. Right? Guys, when you're coming in, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And like I said, if y'all don't like the show, then when you leave, you can always hit the thumbs down. We really don't care if it's thumbs up, thumbs down, as long as you hit some kind of thumb out there. That's what YouTube wants to hear or see, should I say. Not hear, but see. They just want to know that you're watching. I hope that you like what you're seeing or what you're hearing. I hate saying this when we're talking about the horrible things we talk about, but y'all understand what I'm saying. I hope you enjoy what we discuss. I hope you feel that it's informative, intellectual, that kind of thing. I'm afraid to go anywhere. Church, groceries, doctor. You never know who's mentally deranged. That's so true. Okay, dumb question. What does GTSU mean? It's not a dumb question because I had problems with it forever. It means good to see you. It's just so you don't have to type out the whole darn thing every time when somebody says something to you, babe. It's good to see you. Okay, guys, like I said, it says on the thumbnail and it says in the title, I want to hear what you guys want to talk about. Nana, do a poll asking if people hit thumbs up or not. That way, when people come in, they see it. I seen Justin did that the other day, honey, and I wished I knew how to do that. I don't know how to do that. If I had a way to get a hold of Justin, I could ask him how to do it, but I don't. I know you always hit the thumbs up, honey. Thank you. Exactly, one love. That's not a dumb question. That's how we learn. Hey, maybe that's what we need to do. We need to, everybody needs to help me out with coming up with, not coming up with, but try to think of all the abbreviations and acronyms that we use in the chats, and I could put a video together so that people that don't know can go to it and learn what all these things mean. And I know there's probably thousands of them out there on the internet already, but no, I wasn't in Justin's chat early, baby. But I heard what was said. Hello, Dana Carver. Well, I'm not talking about the vulgar ones, Miss Sherry. Reba the diva is talking to you. She loves your voice. Oh, well, Reba, are you being a good girl, honey? We're going to have to call and talk to each other again, aren't we? So you can really hear my voice and so I can hear you back. Or you're going to have to make Robin get on panel so I can hear you now. Do you want the link, Robin? What do you want, Joe? I don't know why I keep calling you Joe. It's Lou, duh. By who? Not in here? Miss Sherry, was it somebody in my chat? We don't condone that. And normally we don't ever have people that do that or act like that in here. So if it was somebody in here, you need to let us know. You can tell me or any one of my mods. They will take care of it. I promise you. Who said that? I wouldn't listen to a thing that Cal says about you. Daisy said that about you. Daisy, I am so sorry, hon. Hello, Roxanne. How are you today, hon? She was bashing Sherry. That's not right at all. I'm good, sweetheart. I am. That's a shame. Oh my Lord. Hello, Candalee. Okay, guys. Hello, Texas lady. What are we going to be talking about? I guess people don't know about APS. What's APS, honey? Miss Sherry has tried being good friends. The farm has really put her through the ringer. That's not right. Well, all I can say is let her come over here. Let her come over here and start running her mouth. I'm in rare form today, guys. It would not be a good thing for anybody to come up here right now and start running their mouth. Heard there was a fatal today in Tennessee boat accident with a child. Oh, I hadn't heard. Yeah, over here, Miss Sherry, you are more than welcome to have your to have an opinion over here and to have it heard, honey. This is everybody's channel here. This is not my channel. Technically, it's in my name, yes, but this channel belongs to everybody, because if it wasn't for everybody else, this channel wouldn't exist. Hi, Unified for Summer. So, Miss Sherry, let me ask you, what do you think about what Candace said? Well, we love having you, hon. Yes, everybody does need to remember that. But while everybody's in here too, I would like to say what I said last night when I only had 16 people in here. And I want to get my point across. And I would love it if somebody would pass it on to Dawn and Candace. Hang on a second. Like I told them last night, this is something that I wrote up ahead of time because I was commenting on somebody else's community tab. And it's about the money that Candace was collecting, And okay, it says, and keep in mind, guys, some words might be mixed up or something, but it says, even if they are not responsible for the disappearance of their daughter, they are responsible for the boys being taken. Why should they be rewarded for not taking care of their children? Lots of people are out here who work hard every day and have their children, who make life work without hands out from everybody on YouTube. You say, Don, we're talking to Dawn right now. You say you never wanted the help from the state. You are too proud to receive it, so now you don't have the kids. Now, has your pride sunk so low that you don't have your kids as to take money from more than likely old people, single mothers who live from week to week or month to month, because those kids and cause those kids or the elderly to go without food or meds that they desperately need, just so that they can send you and Candace money because their hearts are bigger than their wallets? That really burns me up. No, we can't say that they definitely for 100% positively done or was responsible for their daughter's disappearance. We can't. Until somebody is arrested and put behind bars, we can't say that. But we can say 100% beyond any shadow of a doubt, they are responsible for their boys not being with them. We can say 100% positive it is their fault. They are not taking care of their children. Now, yet back when all the kids were there, he said he didn't want any help from the state. He didn't want food stamps. He didn't want teen care. He could take care of his own children, his own home. So he was too proud to take help from the state or anybody then to ensure that his children had 3 hot meals a day, or to make sure that they had a decent roof over their head, clothes on their back. But now that all the kids are gone, now he can lower his pride enough to take handouts from people more than likely who can't afford to live from day to day themselves, who are probably going without just because they feel bad and sorry for Dawn and Candace. That's not right. And somebody said, oh, well, I forget who it was, but somebody told me this morning, oh, well, did they ask for the money that was sent to Candace? No, they may not have. Cow Lady's probably the one that did take it upon herself to throw the Cash App out there. But just like I said, did they bother when they got that money on that Cash App? Did they bother sending it back? No. Okay, well, you say, well, maybe they didn't know who to send it back to. Well, they probably didn't. Did they do anything constructive with it besides put it to their own personal use? No, they didn't. Thank you, Robin. You did not have to do that, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Love you, Nana. You speak nothing but the truth. Well, honey, I do try. Promise. The truth is what I try to speak. They had the ability to take care of their children and they chose not to. They chose a different life. They chose to do what they wanted to do. They chose to neglect those children. What's changed? Nothing's changed. That's the point. The point is they're out there begging for money, begging for help because Dawn's between jobs or Dawn can't get a good job. Well, it's awful darn funny. Dawn was right up here in Tennessee when I recorded that last phone call with him. The video I just put out a little while back, or a few days ago. He was working then. And there are like whoever it was I was talking to said, oh, but it was probably some little side job that probably didn't pay but a couple of dollars. No, you don't do no side jobs doing drywall that only pays a couple of dollars. I don't know how much y'all know about construction or that kind of work, but trust me, you set your own prices. That man could tell somebody if he was doing one wall, I need $400 for that, or I won't even show up on the job. And he can get it. I mean, that's a minimum. You can set a minimum. You have to pay me $400 if I just come and, put up a half a wall. Because it's not a big enough job to actually make a bunch of money on. So there's a minimum set. I know it can be done because I've seen it done for years in pouring and finishing concrete. So don't tell me that he's had some little side job that didn't pay pennies. Bullcrap. They gave the impression they were working on getting the boys back, and it was nothing but a lie. Well, let me ask you something. And trust me, I'm not bashing anybody that's having to stay in a long-term stay motel. I know plenty of people, my family. I've had to do it. Last year, y'all know I was staying in one. There just really is not the rental property out there that there used to be. Okay, there's not. And when you can find a house, you cannot afford it. Not afford the rent, the lights, and everything that goes with it. I agree. But it is just Dawn and Candace, so it's really not hurting them any. But you're not going to be able to live in a one-room motel and work with DCS and get your kids back. For DCS to give your kids back, you have to have a bedroom for them. The parents can sleep on the floor, in the living room, on the couch, whatever, but the kids have to have a bedroom, and they're not going to give them kids back, them living in a motel. And as far as whoever it was that said it the other day that y'all leave Candace alone, she just needs that money to take care of herself. No, she was actually asking for the money to leave Margie and come back to Tennessee. So no, it's not to take care of so she can be down there and have money to take care of herself while she takes care of Margie. She was wanting to leave Margie, remember? I know Mohawk. They have a house in Tennessee. I know that. He's a talented con artist. Oh, well, thank you, Sherry. We love you too, honey. And trust me, I don't believe there's a single person that's ever judged you because you were on her panel. And then she got high. I found a few real cute places for under $1,200 in Springdale. I emailed them to Jinkies. I never heard anything back. The Bible says people who don't work don't eat. Since Dawn loves quoting scripture, that's right. We're here because we love this family. The Real Rockin' Robin, near Norris Lake by Warriors Park. I don't, hold up. What was the question? Candace doesn't want to be with those kids. You can see it. Why the Hello Fuzzy would can't be taking care of Margie's kids when she would not take care of her own. Don made too much money for welfare. He kept his money for himself, right? Well, you know what? He had light bill and phone bills and car payment, from my understanding. And he had to shell out some money for food and stuff back then when they had the kids. They don't have the kids now. They don't have the light bill. They don't have all those bills. And he's still making the same kind of money. So tell me why it is that they need handouts now, but didn't need extra help when they had those kids to take care of. So yeah, that people can go along all damn day long and say that, oh, well, we don't know if they're responsible for some, or we don't know that. No, we don't. We don't know that they're guilty. But you know what we do know? We do know that they are guilty for not taking care of those boys. That's 100% fact. The Bible also says something about a man not taking care of his family. Yeah. They don't have a power bill at 110. The only power bill they should have at 110 is if somebody's living there and they're not paying the power bill. Because all you have to do when you vacate a house and you're not going to be there, you pull the main breaker so that it doesn't use any power at all. And let's hope Don's at least that smart. How do we know Candace doesn't get a disability check? Dollars to donuts. She's getting money from somewhere. Well, in the beginning, I thought that it was said that her and Grandis both got a SSI check. But somewhere along the line, somebody said, oh, no, Candace wasn't getting one. So I don't know if she does or doesn't. But I thought in the beginning, I thought she sure did. Don could have never got food stamps either, as he is a felon. State of Tennessee will not allow felons to have food stamps. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Don't think, guys. I didn't know something. Cars paid off. I would like to get feedback on how people are feeling about HCSD in Summer's case, with Lawson's son conviction and the subsequent sentence. If you can call it that, my thoughts of corruption are back. Well, honey, my thoughts of corruption's been there. I don't know who it is that's corrupt or how far up it goes, but let me tell you something. There's no way, as we are finding out, yes, I know things change from state to state, but across the board, the bonds for different crimes pretty much stick in the same range. And all the people who harm kids that have been arrested in Hawkins County are all fairly low. Just like I just read a while ago, those people's bonds are $25,500. That's it. For hurting, we're talking torturing kids, torturing them. And in the Carly, and I don't mean to keep harping on it, but I'm telling y'all, there's something fishy about that case. In the Carly Trent case, before they ever charged Gary Simpson with anything to do with with SA, and it was just kidnapping, They set him a bond for $1 million and it was never lowered. The man never got out of jail. He never got bond. So tell me there isn't something fishy going on there. I almost guarantee you, all you people who love to do research, go and find me one other case of anybody in Hawkins County getting a $1 million bond, no matter what they did. Go find it. I bet you can't. I would literally bet money there's nobody in the history of Hawkins County ever got a $1 million bond. Except for Gary Simpson. And I would love to know why. There's something wrong there. I'm lost. They had Suburban, a truck, and then bought the red Subaru. They should have fixed the house and bought a refrigerator instead. Yeah, exactly. I agree 100%, honey. I mean, Don, I get it. He worked all day. He didn't want to have to come in and worry about having to work on the house and stuff. But there was always the weekends. Or he was making enough money, he could have paid somebody to have worked on that house. He could have. But he didn't. Why? They should have just bought a camper instead of $1,000 a month rent. Geez, exactly. If they'd have bought a camper and hauled it to wherever they were going to go so that he could find a job, look how much money that would have given them. The stimulus money could have fixed it. Yes, it could have. But you can't let your children live like that, and he never did anything. Yeah, that's my point. All these people out here yelling and screaming and throwing fits saying Don and Candace are not guilty. They've not been charged, blah, 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 about their daughter's disappearance. No, and in a way, I guess we shouldn't just automatically assume it, even though we all have that feeling. But you know what? They are guilty of what happened with the boys. And you can't excuse that. Let me hear one person give an excuse as to why. How they're not guilty of where the boys wound up. The fact that they're not taking care of their boys. They're not paying any reasonable child support whatsoever, if they're paying that at all. I mean, come on, $30 a month? Get real. $30 a month wouldn't feed those 3 boys in a day. Let alone buy school clothes, pay for all their food, pay for their medical expenses, contribute to the lights and all that stuff that you have to raise a child. Excuse me. That's funny. While you grab your popcorn, hit that thumbs up. Evidently, I'm behind on a conversation again. In my opinion, Don and Candace went back to Arkansas to the same familiar BS they were in before coming to Tennessee. Sounds reasonable to me. Nana, we've never seen Ellie stand by them. Not Lawson, not TBI, not FBI. Card team said no evidence of abduction. Yeah, true. I'm not saying that they're not guilty, okay? I have stated my opinion over 100 times about how I feel about what happened with Summer and Don and Candace and what role they may have played in it. But my point being is we have actual factual proof that they did not take care of their kids, the boys, and the boys wound up getting took. Even the yard, even the yard had so much junk around that little piece of metal. Those kids were in danger just going out to play. Yeah. Hello, Sherry. How are you, hon? Yeah, well, he said on that video, that interview he did for the 2 year mark for summer being gone, that they were going through Arkansas DCS to try to get the boys back. It's not going to happen. Well, honey, we're glad you're here. And anybody who would like to jump up here on panel to have a say or to discuss anything, if you have a case you would like to discuss, you are more than welcome. Just say drop the link and we'll drop it and we'll discuss it. Don said he got a job with his old bosses in Arkansas. I know the boys don't want to go back, or so that's what they've said. I'm not saying they should, but I am saying that Don and Candace should be contributing to taking care of them. Hello, Grace. Hi, Rebecca. Why was Don telling they let the kids play on the roof of the house? Who does that? Somebody that's not in their right mind. Don was on panel on the lab. His words said different to my brain. Drywalling, Holly Molly. He wasn't in the carnival. Candace was. He was in prison too much to be in the carnival. Katie Ann, that's true. There's a lot of people out there who have kids who just don't want them. But 90% of the time, at least they draw government assistance to at least halfway take care of them. Well, I can't even say that anymore because most of the time they just let the kids starve and they spend that on whatever they want. Not that I know of, Holly. She may have actually, wait a minute. She may have actually been. That may have been how Candace got into it. Now that I think about it. Um, Teresa Sutton, it says, and there's nothing wrong with anyone working with Carnival. That is very good money. It is very good money. It is. And by no means am I knocking anybody for working. I worked with the fair for on and off for 7 years, guys. Granted, it was always the I can't even think right now. It's the side that's owned privately, not the actual midway, not the rides and stuff. Hang on one second, guys. Um, can we reverse that? Is there any way to reverse it? Hello, Shannon. Katie Ann, if you are listening, hon, please don't go nowhere. I do apologize that you got timed out. I'm sorry, y'all. My son decided to sleep all day, so now I'm cooking dinner. You're fine, hon. You know that. Okay. Well, all I can say is, Katie Ann, I do apologize, hon. I don't know, but we got to put a stop to it. Alicia, don't be timing nobody else out, okay? I don't know what the problem is, what the issue is, but the next time somebody gets timed out, I'll time them out. Just call my attention to it, and I'll go over it. That or Alpaca Mate or Discovering can figure it out if it's something bad enough. And because Discovering is going to be away for a few minutes, Alpaca Mate's left to it. I would be the worst mod. I'd be butt blocking people constantly. Why? Has there anybody said anything really bad in here? Because I can't keep up with what everybody's saying. Oh, well, thank you, Jackie. This channel is good for the soul, nice and chill. Well, we're glad you feel that way. We hope to continue that. She was earlier. Hang on a second, I'll fix it. Problem fixed. Hello, Just Shay. Is Dawn still in Tennessee, and did Candace come back, or is she still taking care of her stepdaughter? She wasn't ever taking care of her stepdaughter, from what I've seen. She couldn't even take care of her own babies, but helping someone else. Moderators should not take their personal issues out with the fellow subs. Timeouts are for disrespect. Yes, 100%. Robin, I texted you, but overlook all the M's and the O's. My phone is really messing up. Y'all don't understand how bad it is messing up. Today I was trying to make phone calls and could not even call out on it or call in. I could talk on Messenger, and I could receive and send text, but I could not make a phone call from it. Yes, everybody go sub up to Kirst's channel. The real Rockin' Robin, seriously, I figured her for 40s. I'm 53. What? Robin, who are you telling who they are? Or how old they are? Oh. Who is just 39? I thought y'all were talking about Sherry. Heard his daughter cooking while Candace was on panel, and heard a full grown ass man talking. Guys, I would assume that's her husband, wouldn't y'all? The father of the kids. I mean, there's pictures of him all over her Facebook page, and him with her and both the kids, and it's the same guy. It's been the same guy for years now. I'm pretty sure someone said Candace is 39. Well, no. She turned 40 in May this year because she's 1 year ahead of my son. My son will be 40 in December. I meant like butt dialing, butt blocking, because I don't sit still. Not that I mean people in here. Oh, okay, I get you. Well, thank you, Shannon. You said you still thank you. You subbed up to Kirst's channel. That's wonderful. Margie is sick and living in the same hotel as Dawn was. Does anyone know where is Margie's mom, sibling, etc.? Um, they help take care of her. And why is her family in a hotel? I've never heard this answered. I'm not sure. I think Pam is living, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but she's supposedly living in a camper behind one of her boys' houses there in Arizona somewhere, I think. Oh, is it Just Shay's birthday? Well, happy birthday, Just Shay. Everybody tell Shay happy birthday. I'm subbed to yours too. I have been for a long time. Okay, haven't caught a live much, mostly watched the replays. Oh, okay, hon. I remember you being in here a few times. You think she's in Pam's in Utah? Well, no, she's 40, hon. She's 40 or 41, but I think she's 40. Because it surprised me when I found out she's the same age as my son, or right at it. Well, we're definitely glad you're here. Okay, guys, I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. I meant to drop it a while ago when I was trying to get Robin to show up, but she never hollered, drop the link. Kirst, would you like to pop up, sweetie? Your tap turned off at 55. JLR went to the house a few weeks ago. Guys, I think I'm trying to get sick again. I swear to. If my baby is that sick, I've got to find a way to get to them. Yeah. Me too. Honey, my daughter moved to Denver, Colorado. She was up there for 8 years. I was up there every year. Every year. Do y'all know how long it takes to get to Denver, Colorado by bus? And I can't. I think it's 32 hours, or 30. Well, maybe 33 hours one way, and then it's 36 coming the opposite direction. And I was up there every year except for 2016. 2016, they came to Tennessee and visited. And then I moved up there in 2018, 2019. I went up there and lived with them for like 6-7 months. And when her and her husband moved to Louisiana, they were over there. That was when I just had 2 grandbabies, the first 2, and she had them. And I was used to being around those babies every day. And and they went down and worked, rebuilding for Katrina. And they decided they wanted to move down there. So they come and got my grandbabies. And honey, let me tell you something. Then, no, you don't take my grandbabies. They took the grandbabies down there. I think they were down there maybe a month, and me and my husband said, no, 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 no. We drove down there 10 hours, picked the babies up, brought them back home with us. The next weekend, their mom and dad come up here, got them, and took them back. And the next weekend, we went and got them and brought them back. And this went on for about 6 months like that. Every other weekend, we had them. And we would keep them for a week, and their parents would come get them. Till finally my daughter moved back home like she should have. My kids ain't moving out of state. They ain't moving away from me. Not happening. Mine moved 2 hours away. This September will be 2 years. I still cry all the time. He will be 29. Oh. It's not your birthday? Hey, Tattoo, how are you doing? Would you like a link, darling? Nobody else come and talk with me. Nobody loves me. I'm going to go eat worms. You just say your birthday so y'all wouldn't think I was younger and can't judge ages. Oh. I am doing good. I really thought it was your month. Sorry. You're not retarded, Slim. It's okay. Okay, there you go. Alice or Amy says happy unbirthday then. Hello, Sally Sue. We love you too. Hey, I made a rhyme. Tattoo, I'm putting the link down. You don't want me to cry, do you? Not on panel. Why is it not letting me put a link in? There it is. Wrong Shay. Okay. Need coffee. Nana has a mug. Oh, I got you. Nana has a mug in her store. Yeah. Hey, Tattoo. How are you doing, sweetie?
Fine, dear. How are you?
I'm good.
I thought I'd come up for a few seconds, but I'm going to have to jump soon because I got work in the morning.
All righty. So what's on your mind this evening, darling?
I just got done with my live over there just now.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was talking about West Memphis 3 case.
I've done some research on that one. They've never done anything. Had they ever found anything truly out about it? Who done it?
My opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's not nobody else's. How you rocking, Robin? They found a hair sample on one of the boys that was tied up.
Right.
That belonged to his that one father. And
right.
You know, I think that they know that dad done it, so that's why they made them boys plead the Alfred plea. Because if you plead the Alfred plea, you can't sue them for putting you for false arrest. You can't sue them, or you can't do none of that stuff.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you just have to Terry Hobbs. Yeah, you just have to say that they got enough evidence against you, but you know you're innocent.
Yeah, that the way I take it, the way I take the Alfred plea is the plain and simple fact is you know you're innocent, but they've got enough that they're going to railroad your butt anyways.
Yeah.
So you might as well take a plea deal because if not, they're going to railroad you for years. I mean, that's like Gary Simpson. He was literally looking at 60 years in prison. They were going to railroad him one way or another. So why not take Alfred plea and he got 25 years instead?
Right.
But he knew he was wrong.
Yeah, their hair could have been transferred from living together, but the only thing is, if they're riding them bikes and they go through that field, don't you think that hair might fall off?
Mm, you got an echo, sweetheart.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had that thing on. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Is that any better?
Yeah, yeah, that's much better. I don't know. It's yeah, Alfred played. Yeah, you're still echoing. I don't know what it is.
You don't have your echo cancellation turned off, do you?
Not that I know of. I don't know why.
Because that'll make us echo also. I just turned mine back on.
Okay, and it's not echoing now.
Oh, okay.
Cursed. You're gonna have to figure out how to do that. Maybe that's the problem. Every time Cursed gets up here, she echoes for some reason lately.
It's in the settings at the bottom. Uh,
So Trevor did and Tattoo, did y'all hear what Candace said just a little while ago?
no, ma'am, I didn't.
Evidently she was on. Well, Daisy was up there disrespecting Justin and his kids. I don't know what was actually said. I wasn't over there, but
Right.
this is what I was being told. And Candace jumps up on panel and says that basically he needed to spend as much time as he could with his kids because she would never get to because her daughter was in heaven.
How does she know her daughter's in heaven?
Well, there you go. That's the $1 million question, ain't it?
Yeah. Trev, and not trying to change the subject.
Oh no, you're fine.
I was just going to ask Trev if there was anything else said about the all them cops showing up down there at Warriors Pass State Park.
Oh well, you got to fill the rest of us in. What you're talking about now?
It was on Scanner Food. That's all I know. It just said large police presence at Warriors Pass State Park. That's all it said on Scanner
Oh.
Food on Facebook.
What did y'all think about that big bus y'all had in Bristol? Well, technically, you're not in Virginia. You're in the Tennessee side, right?
No, I'm in Virginia side.
Well, what did you think about that big bus y'all just got?
I didn't hear about it.
Oh yeah, 5 people arrested and $40,000 worth of illegal substances.
Really?
Yeah,
When did this happen?
like yesterday, day before yesterday.
Huh.
Yeah. Fenton, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Solid and powder form. I'm trying to remember what else it was. Those paraphernalia, of course. There was pew-pews. I don't remember all of what they said, but the main thing was there was methamphetamines. But the biggest thing was the fentanyl. You know what I'm saying.
Right. I have to go check that out when I get done here.
Oh, I'm yelling at my cats. Stop it, Biscuit. Don't start. Biscuit. Hang on a second. You better go lay down somewhere. Leave her alone. Come here, pretty. Get out the window. Go.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Trying to keep one cat from jumping out the window because the dogs are barking at her.
Thank you, Trev, for answering my question. He said it was all clear down there, so I don't know.
Huh.
May have been a false call or something.
Maybe. But yeah, it surprised me when I saw that. I always pay attention. I mean, I know Bristol's not like right outside Rogersville, but it's still close enough, and there's plenty of stuff going on down there.
You ain't lying. That's why I don't go. I don't let my kids go outside unless I go out there and watch them.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So this happened yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
Let me mute a minute. You go ahead and talk. I'm gonna mute and look in the paper here.
Okay. So, Trevor, are you feeling any better, hon? I went down there and it was clear by then. Might have been an incident earlier. Yeah. Thank you so much, my friend. It means more than you know. And I'm praying for your situation as well. I don't know if the boat crashes was at Warriors Park or if it was somewhere else. That could have been what it was about too, yeah. I don't know, guys. If anybody has anything they want to discuss or talk about, ask about, you're more than welcome to. Hello, Suzanne. It's not Trevor that's up here, honey. It's Tattooed Rebel. But Trev's in chat. The boat crash was near Norris Lake. There was a little boy unalived and others were hospitalized. No. Yeah, that's me too. I hate it. This is a hate not including someone to a huge hello and welcome to Nana's. Thank you. Hello, Yankee.
I had to go back and look. I couldn't find it on that one paper site I go to.
Really?
I searched a different paper, so I'm gonna go back and look in Bristol Herald Courier and WJTL.
Hang on a minute. Right here it is. 5 arrested after 40,000 worth of fent discovered in Bristol, Virginia. Police say Bristol, Virginia, WCYB. 5 people have been arrested after about $40,000 worth of fentanyl was discovered in an apartment, according to the Bristol, Virginia Police Department. I think it was like Johnson something apartments. Hang on a second.
Hold on, I'll go look now. 5 people.
All you gotta do is Google it.
All right,
Johnson Court Apartments. That's what it was. On Ulysses Avenue. They served a search warrant, and it was authorities seized 4 pew-pews, about 2,000 blue pills, believed to be the fentanyl pills, about 11 ounces of methamphetamine, a powder substance suspected as fentanyl, more than $3,000 in cash, in a vehicle. The street value of the fentanyl pills is estimated to be about $40,000. It's Jacob Austin Rowe, 27, of Bristol. Tyrell M. Williams, 20, of Chattanooga. Kaylin Rose Carberry, 24, of Bristol. Dwayne Linnell Evans Jr., 25, of Chattanooga. Jessica Madonna McNew, 34, of Morristown.
I found it. Were arrested at Johnson Court Apartments on Euclid Avenue.
Mm-hmm. So I said that wrong, huh? I said Euclid.
Yeah, it's Euclid. That's about a mile from my house.
Really?
Yeah, I'm on West Mary Street. Well, I'm actually on a different street, but West Mary runs into Euclid.
So you're a nurse, Roxanne? Oh, hello, Mama Bear. I didn't see you in here, babe.
Wow. Well, they up there in regional up there in Abingdon. They ain't gonna get out for a while.
Hmm. Um, Retired. Oh, let me tell you something. I don't know if they. When I went to Denver, I wound up having surgery on my kidneys in Denver, and when I came out of surgery and woke up in recovery, I was screaming in pain, literally screaming bloody murder. And they tried to tell me that they gave me 2 shots of that stuff and that I shouldn't be in pain. And I was like, well, I have never had that stuff before, but let me tell you something. If it don't work no better than that, it ain't worth shit. But that was also right after they had a big problem up there of the surgery nurses or whomever surgery personnel. They were taking and switching out the vials and taking it out on the street and dispensing it. And they were substituting it with saline solution or something.
Wow. Nana, honey, I hate to, but I am gonna have to get off here so I can go
Oh,
shave my head and shave my face so I can go to work tomorrow.
all right, darling. You have a great night. Thanks for jumping up here, sweetie.
No, you're not gonna cry now, are you?
No, I won't cry. You came up.
All
I
right, thank you,
appreciate
Nana.
it.
Much
Bye,
love and
darling.
respect to everybody in Nana's chat. Much love and respect to you, Nana. You have a good night.
You too, hon.
Mm.
Bye, sweetie. Hello, guys. Anyways, Roxanne, is that possible? Is there any possible way that they could have given me 2 shots of that and me wake up screaming bloody murder? No joke. I'm not exaggerating at all. I mean, I was screaming. Thank you, Kirst. Yeah, there's Mama Bear's channel, guys. Don't forget to go sub up to it too. Sorry, my phone keeps dinging. I have to keep checking to make sure it's not really, really important. There's Tattoo's channel link, guys. Might have been diluted, so you were only getting a partial dose. Yeah, something wasn't right, I'm telling you. That's because they quit using opiates and they are using OMG. I can't have Toradol. Yeah, Toradol don't. In my opinion, I've been given Toradol before in the hospital over my kidneys because I normally used to have to go at least once a year over my kidneys. Um, Toradol, that's not even as good as an ibuprofen. Yes, we do appreciate everybody here. That's the real name of it, and it doesn't help with pain. I've known, unfortunately, many anesthesists who skimp on doses so they can partake. Yeah, evidently it was a big news story up there. Like, I don't know how close to when I went up there, but it was shortly before I went up there that it was a real bad problem. I mean, they had it on news channels and everything where personnel from that hospital, from the emergency or from the operating room staff would take the vials and replace them with something, and then they would go and sell it on the street. or take it themselves. Put it this way, it was so bad that my doctor, my kidney doctor, my, what is it, not a urologist, anyways, my kidney doctor, he knew it was so bad that when, because I was supposed to have went and had a surgery on my other kidney, like literally a month, the next month. And I was so scared and so terrified from the experience I had in that hospital that he put my surgery off for like 4 or 5 months because he knew I had been basically tortured. And then I just couldn't do it. And I wound up coming back home to Tennessee. I couldn't go through with it. I'm stuffing my face with chicken nuggets, but I'm here listening. Well, we're so glad you're here listening, darling. Save us some chicken nuggets too. And how's that beautiful, beautiful grandbaby of yours? Diluted, it's a good painkiller. I broke my foot and it did nothing for the pain. Who was that? He lives too close to that hot mess. His name is Tattooed Rebel. He has a channel. Somebody dropped the link a minute ago. You should go check it out. Yeah, Grace, I'm in Tennessee, sweetheart. I'm in Cott County. I'm just a surgical tech. LOL. I have some pharmacology. You would have to Google it. Oh, okay. That's fine, hon. She is not spoiled. She's too little to be spoiled. Oh, here's Tattoo's link again. You're in Campbell County? Quite possible. Unfortunately, I've worked with nurses who lost their PIN numbers taking controlled drugs. Yeah. No, and I woke up during surgery here in Denver. They said I was uncooperative patient. Oh, you're in Denver, so you know what I'm talking about then, huh? You were an uncooperative patient because you woke up during surgery. Yeah, buddy. I bet they did. Was it that main hospital right there in Denver? I forget the name of it. I know it's got Denver is something in it. The one in downtown Denver. That's the one I was at. So it is urologist. Okay. I didn't want to misspeak. You did. How long ago, sweetheart? Katie Ann, you tell them. Tell them, honey. I don't know if they believe me or not. Tell them they think that Hawkins County is bad. I mean, as far as I'm talking about bad people. You have to, they everybody worries about driving up Ben Hill Road. Oh, somebody's gonna come out and get them. Boo, boo, boo. Tell them, being here in Newport, you can disappear, can't you? 15 years ago. Pat Wicks, glad I found your channel, enjoying your life. Well, thank you, Pat. Normally we have a little bit more of a lively or directed conversation about something. But tonight was just, just because I had that, I wanted to say to Don and Candace, I wanted to get that out there about the fact that We may not be able to prove or can say positively that they had something to do with Summer's disappearance, but we can for 100% say they had everything to do with the fact that their sons aren't with them any longer. And they should not be rewarded with extra money given to them by people who probably can't even afford to give it to them. These people are probably doing without food or medicine or something that they desperately need, because a lot of people live from week to week or month to month. And they have bigger hearts than they do wallets. And Don and Candace, all they're doing is wasting the money. It's not like they need it. Don is working. It don't matter that Candace is in Arkansas and Don is here, or vice versa. You can send money. What does it take for her to friggin' eat? She's staying with Margie. Good gracious, she don't have to pay rent. It just burns me up, guys. I'm sorry. It does. All that money that they're collecting off people that, like I said, more than likely probably can't afford to send it. And they're not even doing anything good with it. They're not contributing to the state to help take care of those boys. They're not putting up posters for their missing child. They're not paying for a private eye to look for the kid. Nothing. They're not doing anything constructive. It probably went for cigarettes, alcohol, some drugs, probably some McDonald's. I bet 1,000 or 1,000,000% they didn't know one else. Grace, look west of Asheville. Lots of sale here. Lots for sale here. Cannot pay $30 a month child support for three boys. Sickening. Yeah, it is. It really is. Should be ashamed not to pay the state $30 a month for three kids. Can I ask you about what another creator was saying the other night on a live about you? Yeah, you sure can, hun. You want to jump up here, Suzette? You want me to drop the link, Suzette? There's nothing wrong with Candace living at 110 Ben Hill Road. The pair of them have thrown so many under the bus. It is 4 feet off the ground. Yes. Okay. Hang on. I'll drop the link for you, hun. Lolo, get down. Get down. I dropped the link, hun. Oh, Nana, that isn't normal. They give you here to put you under. Had my knee replaced. Awful surgery. Yeah. Thank you, Kirst.
Can you hear
I
me?
see that. Yeah, I can hear you, baby.
Hey. Well, I'm just being kind of gossipy, is what I'm being.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, you can ask me anything. I'll give you my best
Well,
honest opinion.
no, he wasn't.
Roxanne, thank you so much. Go
He
ahead,
was
hun.
getting his. He was giving his information out wrong. Anyways, I don't usually watch him, but I popped over there because he was gonna tell something about when Candace went on her little weird live,
Yeah.
and he was getting you and Kathy, the friend, mixed up and talking about you had that jacket at your house and probably had it
Yeah,
in your living room. You heard about that?
I did, and I went and I watched, and I made a video, not specifically to him, but I said other creators out there. But I did, and I was making it very plain. I am not Kathy the friend. I have never even been in the same town as the jacket. Um, I
I
corrected,
know.
I corrected everything that was said, but then I got to thinking, and the more attention you draw to another creator that's just out there bashing somebody to get views and clicks, the more they're going to come down on you.
Well, I'm
So
glad I didn't have to say the name then, so we don't have to give it no clout. You know, you knew
right,
what I was talking
exactly. And
about.
that's what you'd be doing is giving it clout if you do. Because I mean, I tried
Right,
that once before, and it just kept going until I just ignored the situation. So
right, right.
I figure it like this: the people, the viewers, the subscribers that come and watch my lives and watch my videos and sub to me, they know the story. They know the whole story, the true story.
Oh yeah, because I was laughing about it. I was like, he has not got a clue what he's talking about with that.
Right, exactly. So, but yeah, I appreciate you coming to let me know. But yeah, I had already heard about it, and I don't know. I that's
Well,
why. Go
what
ahead.
did you think about so do you think that that was Margie and them in the motel room, or do you think that was someone else, another family, and Margie and them were in a different motel room?
I don't know. I have not went back and looked specifically at that little boy, that jumped
Yeah.
out that you can see. But I will tomorrow. If somebody, one of my people that talk to me every day, if y'all will remind me, I will go freeze frame that little boy, and I will go look on Margie's page and see if that is the same little boy, and then I can let everybody know. Because I mean, I've got her Facebook page. I can go look at all her pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Oh shit.
but I think it was. I think it was. What happened, hon? Oh, there you go.
Myself off. That's what I get for playing with buttons.
Oh, but no, I think it was Margie and them's room.
Well, I did. Well, at first I did too, and then I got to just listening around. I thought, well, was that another family and Margie and them somewhere else? So I was like, I don't know.
Okay, okay. Let's play devil's advocate here, Suzette. Let's say that was somebody else's room, right?
Right.
That was another family. Strangely enough, there was a man, a woman, a little boy, and a little girl, which is exactly what Margie has. But let's say that wasn't them. Why was Candace at somebody else's room if she's supposed to be there taking care of Margie and her kids?
I feel like that she probably, now this is just my opinion. I don't know what she did with that money, but I just kind of feel like that money might have went for like another week's stay at the motel for all, for them. But why is Margie and does Margie not have a home? I'm not saying that to be mean. I mean, like, but why are they in a motel room?
I don't know. I always assumed that Margie and her husband, had a house and, was doing all right.
That's what I thought. I was just wondering why they were in a motel room like that, or if Margie was there because her husband was working there or something. But
Yeah,
then if she's going to the doctor, that unless that's where she has to go to the doctor at, maybe. See, I don't know. I'm just
I don't
putting
know
it
either.
out there.
Um,
Yeah.
but I know that person you were talking about a minute ago, they said that it was Mexicans. That was not Mexicans. That little boy,
No, that wasn't Mexican.
that guy wasn't speaking Spanish. He did not have a Hispanic accent. And if I'm saying anything, I do not mean nothing by it. He didn't have a Mexican accent or a Spanish accent, however you want to say that.
Yeah.
But no, that those people were not. And they said, well, how do you know? What kids were you talking about? That's what he was. What kids are you talking about? Well, the kids that were in the room with her, the ones that was jumping up and down behind her. That's why you couldn't hear what she was saying. Well, part of the reason why you couldn't hear what she was saying. But that really got my nerves.
Yeah.
That was Mexicans down the hall. Their kids making so much noise. No, it wasn't.
What? See, I didn't even watch all that. I just watched that one little part.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you don't know what he's talking about. Let me get out of here.
Oh, and I do apologize, and I don't want to go into depth about this, but I do apologize for what happened the other day when you asked me to explain what was said, and that is what I was trying to do, was explain what was being, or what had been said, but people, I guess their nerves are on the end, and they just, do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When you were on panel the other day and you asked me?
Yeah.
Not real sure what happened, but
well, and then the thing with the Warriors Park today, I know everybody was like, well, different things can happen. And I mean, of course, but when you hear familiar places in this case, of course, your ears prick up,
Yeah, that's what I was telling Tattooed earlier. I see Bristol and it's like alarm bells go off. Bristol, Bristol, Bristol. Because for one, we still don't know who that was on the industrial road in Bristol from May of last year. Those remains still have not been identified to this day, and they won't even talk to you about them.
See, I thought so. That wasn't the ones that ended up being a male that they said ended up being like an adult male. That wasn't the same remains.
No, that was not. When I called them a couple of lives back, I did call again. And the only thing that they told that officer said, which he didn't check nothing, he just rambled it off the top of his head. He's like, I do believe they decided it was from natural causes. It was bones. How can you decide it was from natural causes?
I don't think you can from bones. Probably the only thing they can tell from bones is if there was any kind of bullet holes or like marks were beaten or something like that.
Right.
That's about all you could get off the bones. Maybe a little DNA. That's about it.
Right.
Which I ain't no cop. I ain't no detective. Everything I say is just my opinions. What
right.
I think.
This is Suzette Brown, guys. She is a sub of mine and a few other creators, and she's gracious enough to come up and talk. Grace, the remains that were found on May 31st of last year in Bristol, was it Bristol, Tennessee? I can't remember. I think it was Bristol, Tennessee, on Industrial Road in the edge of the woods. And they have never identified the body. And I have called myself several times.
I was on that live with Mama Bear the other night when she was using your video, and everybody thought I was you. That's a compliment. They thought I was Donna.
Yeah, I know. Shay tagged me in it, thinking that it was me.
Yeah,
Mama Bear.
I had to tell. I was like, that wasn't Donna. That was me.
I'm not just ignoring you, hon. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat, trying to figure out.
No, I'm reading it too.
Okay, I believe there was 2 cases. There were 2 cases of bodies up there. Man in the lake and bones off Industrial Road. Right, there was, and the man next to the lake. And I believe that right about the same time, there was a woman found in a dumpster too up there next to Houston. Is it Houston? Houston Valley Lake or Holston. Sorry, not Houston, Holston Lake. And they were all found right about the same time. And people keep getting it mixed up.
Bobby England, that creator that bought her those cigarettes the next day said that she had offered to buy those cigarettes. That I don't think Candace asked her to buy them. She offered to buy them for her, and she did.
Thought I'd come over to Nana's for some true crime. I've never cared much for Family Feud. Well, thank you. You are so welcome over here anytime, sweetheart. You should know that by now. I know you've been here before. Are you for real? I love that name. In that last video, after the slap sound, Margie panically screams, "He's got the box." Wonder what the box is and what's in it. Because she was damn upset that the kid got it. South Holston Lake. Yes, thank you, Robin.
Well, she was cooking, so I mean, maybe it was not anything bad. Maybe it was just like something hot that he might have. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Molly. You know what you put in a box. Everybody knows what you put in a box. That sits in the living room, should I say.
That kid was wild. He was all over the place.
Yeah, he was.
If I was Candace, my nerves would have been shot too.
Well, and something that nobody pointed. Well, I mean, there probably was somebody that pointed it out, and I just didn't see the video. But she started, whether it was real or whether it wasn't, and I know I'm gonna have people go at me both ways. But when she really started to cry was when that guy was telling that little girl,
come to daddy, or yeah.
Something about baby girl. Come to daddy, baby girl, or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's when she really started to tear up. Whether it was real or not, that's when it happened. And in my opinion, that's because that hit her really hard. Whether it be from sadness, longing, grieving, or guilt.
Yeah, that's what we said too. But then when she dried her, but when she cut it off, buddy, them eyes went just as cold. Because we stopped the video, I was like, Lord, she went from crying to just a cold stare. Like,
Children become aware the vibe is weird and act up. It's not their fault. Well, you also have to remember, guys, those are two small children cooped up in a very small room with three other adults, at least three other adults. They don't, there's no room for them to run and play. And I'm sure they don't have a whole lot of toys in that room. And I mean, y'all have to think of that too. That little boy probably, it's like, I don't like to compare kids and dogs, but a good analogy is if you have a large dog and you try to make it a house dog and keep it in all the time, it can turn vicious. It can turn mean, and it can turn on its owner if it doesn't have a way to run its energy out. Big dogs need to have room to run.
Oh yeah, kids staying in a hotel room, that's usually a nightmare anyways when they're young. Just like you said,
well, we know that Don and Candace had toys in their room. And guys, they probably did have toys in their room. You know why they probably had toys in their room? And trust me, I'm not taking up for Don and Candace. But come on, let's use our brains here. And I'm not saying Mohawk. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying. The reason Don and Candace probably had toys in their room is because their grandkids were probably over there in their room a lot. That would be a good reason to have toys in your room.
Yeah, especially if they're, going to be there a minute. Like, if you're going to be staying in a motel for a little while, you're going to pack up and have some stuff for them.
Why am 3 seeing Suzette Brown beside Nana on my phone, but not on my TV? I don't know, honey. Suzette dropped down for a few minutes a minute ago. So that your TV might be behind. Oh, I have no doubt she lived a horrible life. Definitely generational abuse.
Yeah, I think that too.
We only took our sons to a hotel room after wearing their asses out at the beach or amusement parks, right? Well, trust me, I've took small children, whether it be my children, I've took them to a motel room and stayed for like 24 hours. I've stayed for like a week before. I've took my grandchildren to motel rooms and stayed for like a week or whatever. It is hard to have small
Mm.
children in a motel room. Now, the bigger kids, you can take them out, let them swim, let them do whatever. But little kids, it's not that easy to wear them down in a motel room.
Justin, you got some explaining to do. What in the world is going on over there with y'all?
Oh, Justin, honey, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna say, nobody loves me. I'm gonna go eat worms if Justin don't come up here and tell us what just went on because I did not catch your live,
You
and
gonna
I
have to
just
put that
heard
cleaning
about it.
off.
I just heard about it when I went live. So if you don't, my feelings ain't gonna be hurt. But I would greatly appreciate if you come up here and tell us what happened because some of us wasn't in your live. Not very many of us because I heard you had almost 1,000 in there.
I'm just a sub, Tammy. I'm just up here visiting.
Yeah, she's visiting.
I'm just up on panel visiting.
You're not just a sub up on panel visiting. You this channel belongs to everybody, and everybody has a right to jump up here and talk. Everybody. Looky here, we are privileged with the presence of the great Justice
Hello.
Justin for
Hello.
all.
Justin,
Hello.
Justin, Justin.
Hi, darling.
Hey.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
We're doing good.
Good.
Good. Yeah, it was an event. It was an event to say the least. So, I have a character. I do parodies. I do a lot of parodies on my second channel, and I do one. Her name is Daisy Basham,
I've been
and
watching.
because Daisy always says people bash, so I named
Yeah.
I named her Daisy Basham. And anyway, I do that kind of little thing. And Daisy, she can be a little sensitive sometimes, and she gets like maybe her feelings hurt a little bit or whatever. But last night it had kind of nothing to do with me. I was on PG's panel when all of it was going down. Daisy and her sister got in an argument, like a really bad argument.
Mm.
And
Yeah, it was bad. I saw.
yeah, so right before I went to bed, I screen recorded. And I woke up and it was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 hours long.
Oh, wow.
And she was on there for like 8 or 9 hours total. I can't do that. But anyway, I was playing it today, and Daisy got in her feelings again, and she, it was just bad. She brought up my kids and stuff because I have my kids, and I have my nieces and nephews here. They're from Scotland right now,
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
all
That
that.
is.
And I have a house full of kids and mother-in-law, nieces and nephews, and sister-in-laws, and all that. So my house is not quiet right now at all. And she started saying, "Well, I hear kids screaming in the background and stuff like that." So, Yeah, it was just kind of a mess. My studio is moved right now because I have someone sleeping there in my studio. So they were like rollerblading earlier and stuff, and you could hear them. And yeah, so, but hopefully we got it tampered down. I hope at least.
Well, can you say if did Candace really say that about Summer being in heaven?
Yes, that is true. She did say that.
Oh wow.
Mhm. Yeah,
Wow.
uh, she said, spend as much time with your kids because summer's in heaven.
Oh, so she actually said Summer's name.
Yes, summer's in heaven.
Okay, because there was some people saying that. Oh, well, sure, she wasn't talking about Candace floating, and I'm sure that if something had happened to Candace floating, everybody would have
No,
known
it
about
was Can. It was Can. She did say that.
it. Yeah. Oh,
So that is true. She said it. Now, usually Candace will say, "Summer, I believe she's alive."
right.
But this time it was different. But I think Candace uses it in whatever way suits her best at the moment.
So you think she just swings whichever way that she thinks she's going to get the vote? In other words.
I know that's true because you remember when I don't know if you were a creator, whatever. When Jose, when we first, I see you and I first found Jose.
Yeah. I was.
Um, Candace openly acknowledged that was Jose. Allie acknowledged it. Andrew acknowledged it. Don acknowledged it that was the real Jose. And the other day, I saw a video. Actually, PG was playing it. I never knew it even existed. And she said that she didn't think that was the real Jose. She was sitting in the back of the car saying she didn't think that was the real Jose. I could have paid someone to come up there and say it was Jose,
Wow.
which is, I've never paid anyone in my life to come on my panel, and I would never pay anyone for a missing child. You either do it because for the case, the love of the child, or whatever personal conviction you have, or I'm not going to pay someone to
To
come
do the right
on
thing. Yeah.
to do the right thing, period. That's not, I mean, if someone wants to pay for an interview, and I'm not going to judge them, but that's not my thing. I mean, that's just, how my morals points, that's how I feel. So,
Right.
um,
When I first started my channel out, that's what Marlena wanted me to do. Marlena Crawford, she wanted me to pay her. Like, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that stuff. No.
yeah. I mean, that's, yeah, I'm not paying anyone to come on my channel for, if you was another type of creator and you needed someone to come on, maybe, I guess, but in true crime, you do it for the right reason, and your
Right.
heart's in the right place, you know.
Hey,
Well,
did you
Justin,
hear? Go ahead. Go ahead, Suzette.
where do you think the case sits right now?
I think that the cops, TBI, certainly know a lot more than we do. I hope to God in heaven and pray every single day that today's the day that Summer will be found. I pray all the time that God will just reveal her wherever she is, and someone will be accountable, because kids don't go missing.
Do
Right.
you think that they
And
should be doing some more searches up around the area?
um around the house and stuff like that, I don't think she's so much around like, I think if she was around the areas where they've searched, they would have found her. And that's what EquiSearch and everyone says. If she was there, we would have found her. Some places they have searched multiple times with the best technology, that we have, that the world has to offer. And I mean, it can pick up things above the soil and below the soil, and I don't think she is within the little, the wherever they searched around the house. I don't think she's quite
Right.
there. Maybe a little further out.
Right.
Maybe really far out. I don't know.
Well, I thought that EquiSearch was owned to something the second time, well, maybe the first and second time that they came
Mhm,
out,
mhm.
but they just kind of got cut off and didn't
Yeah.
get invited to come back up or had it
Mhm.
out with the local. I don't know what happened, but I mean, EquiSearch feels like they could find her,
Rebecca,
Yeah,
I know you may have been talking to Justin, but I want a copy of that. If you could send me a link, please. Justin, did you see that?
I finally made a video where where Don says he needs an attorney who is a liar. Uh, when did he say that? I know he said it in the past, but
She said she finally found the video and the timestamp.
uh, I forget. I don't want to name the creator on here, but I think I know which creator
Oh,
she's talking about.
I don't mind naming creators, honey, as long as we're not bashing creators, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know if she said that on. Was it on White Boys? I
That
don't
would be
know.
the one he would say it, and Nana.
Yeah, it is. That would be the one.
That's funny.
Well,
Justin.
that's why I didn't want to say it. So.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it's fine.
but
I don't know if it was.
I
Well, I
would
don't know
like
if
to
it was
make
White Voice. It may have been Daisy's. I don't know, but
I would like to make the statement. I am AKA Kathy the friend.
Yeah, yeah.
you're okay. Hi, Kathy.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you.
um, but I don't. What were we talking about?
Just what
I
the case
think that,
was in EquiSearch,
yeah,
yeah.
EquiSearch, the way I gathered it, they feel like Summer has, wherever Summer is, maybe they found something that they've never said. I don't know. We just don't know. But the way I gathered, it felt like she's been moved.
Okay, so because I know they were trying to like beat around the bush about they had, they felt like they had some strong leads in a particular area
Mhm.
and da da da. I
Right,
seen a big interview that Duty Ron had done with them a couple of weeks ago, and I had watched it.
And
right.
And
it was that brought up about the conversation that him and Dave had.
Who?
Dave Rader from
Hmm.
EquiSearch and
Right.
Duty One. Okay,
Yeah.
Daisy played it on her channel and tried to make it out like that Dave Rader and Don our Duty Ron was saying that they found where Summer was and that somebody had moved her, not like they found
see,
Summer.
I kind of took something
But
like that, like
that's not
from it.
what they were meaning. This conversation was a conversation between Duty Ron and Dave Rader as
Hmm.
professionals, and Dave was explaining to Duty Ron that they didn't want to say where they were searching the next time
Right,
or where they
Yeah.
had already searched because they
Yeah.
didn't want somebody to be able to take and get her and move her.
Yeah.
right, right.
They don't ever tell where they're going to be searching. Um,
But Daisy put it out as in that they were meaning that somebody had moved to Summer, but that's not what was being said.
right. Right. Yeah. It's possible that she could have been moved, but they don't want to they also don't want to tell where they're searching because someone could move, from
Right.
a location to another location. So
I agree. But that just I tried to explain so many times that because they talked about it. Dave Rader and Duty Ron talked about that when he did the first initial interview with Dave Rader. They were talking about that. And this was, I don't know where the conversation come from. I guess a recording on site because Duty Ron had went out there and talked with Dave Rader out in Rogersville, I think. But it was a recording that had been recorded in a private conversation they were having. And I don't know why Daisy would have misconstrued it to everybody like that.
yeah, I have no idea.
Well, Daisy likes to put her twist on things.
Well, it's,
Yeah. We were getting a good. I was getting a good chuckle out of your other channel watching you earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I love watching
yeah,
Wilson do that. He's gonna have to hook up with Tyler Perry and make Tyler Perry give him a shot in his next movie.
Yeah, go Tyler. Come on.
well, Justin, you think Daisy and Jenkins will make up? I mean, you reckon
They'll
they'll
make
get
up. Yeah,
past?
they'll
Oh
make up.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course they will.
They'll make up. They'll make up.
Yeah, because it was pretty bad.
It was really bad. Sometimes they have to take a few months from each other, and absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well,
But
that's
now
a lot of dirty
John
laundry to
Pruitt,
put on the internet.
John Pruitt does say that he thinks that she's up there somewhere.
Oh, Summer's there, in my opinion. She's somewhere, uh, in those woods. But I also want to know. Dawn was supposed to have went to Kentucky after Summer went missing.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered about that as well.
Right.
Do you think
Um,
Dawn was home the afternoon she went missing, or do you think he was at work?
Um, I think he was at work some point that day, but um, it's another liar we know. But Fred Hill, he says that he saw Dawn with the boys pulling into the driveway about 8:30, 9 o'clock on the 15th.
Yeah, see, I always wondered about that because I wondered if Candace had left those boys there all day by themselves
Mm-hmm.
because everybody was gone from the hill, but
Yeah.
but the boys supposedly.
for all ages, if you have something that you would like to say, you are more than welcome to come up on panel. You have to show your face first.
I think
Well, I know some of the creators, or one or two of them, have been kind of going back to like some of the very first interviews.
well, that's the best ones to go to.
Right.
That's the best
Yeah.
ones to go to. There's a lot less mix up and
The
memory
story hasn't been
special.
rehearsed as much.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes. But it's
Because
I
one
do
of them
think
was
I think Dawn knows that if Dawn or Candace are involved, which I personally think they are, but I think if Dawn was to hide someone, that he knows not to do it too close to home because obviously people are going to search very closely around the properties and stuff. So I think he knows that I think she's close, but not so close.
Have we ever figured out, Justin, where Andy went for those 4 days?
No. I think if there is anyone on Ben Hill Road that is responsible. Andy could be responsible uh, as far as helping. I still
Yeah.
don't think that nobody's going to take that child off in that hill in 2 minutes, 4 minutes even. Um, Nana, have you ever been to Ben Hill?
No, I would love to go up there.
Yeah. Once you go there, it changes everything. Like you realize
Oh no,
no
honey.
way.
Well, for one, I watched Chasing Truth. She went up there last June. Not this year, but last year, and she did a video all the way up that road. She showed every part, and trust me, I used that video and said, "Look, there's no possible way, none." But two, I live out in the country. I know what these hills are like, and I know there's when you live out in the they ain't nobody gonna be driving from no city, trolling the back roads looking for a child out in the yard playing so they can nab them. They're not. Because
Not with two adults standing in the yard
well,
practically.
the point being is you don't know what's going to meet you when you climb up that hill. There could be a,
Eh,
Someone's got a
I got up
fake
there.
Dolly Vision. Someone's got a fake Dolly Vision account.
Huh?
Someone's got a fake Dolly Vision account.
Really?
Uh,
oh, really?
but even once you go there, I can't explain it. It solidifies it in your mind that it's just not possible.
But it would
And
be possible for someone else that's right in that area that that was around that lived around there.
I still
That would
don't
be
think
possible.
I still don't think it's possible. I still don't think it's possible, and the reason is who who is going to know that Summer is in the basement alone
Exactly.
by herself.
Right.
Well,
Um,
if you stand down on that road, who's going to even know that there is a house up there? Yeah, you
no
see
one.
the driveway,
No.
but you don't know if that driveway goes for a mile, 2 miles.
Well, exactly. And people who kidnap kids, random abductions, they always do it with their car close by.
Right.
It's usually a child playing in their front yard without a fence, unsupervised, walking home from school, that kind of thing. It's not, they're very, very close to their car because they don't want to make a scene if people get hurt, and they want to be able to get away if things go bad.
Right. That's
You're
like
not.
I said, they're not going to climb that hill because they don't know if there's a 44 up there waiting on them, a shotgun.
That's what I'm talking about.
There
Yeah,
could be,
that's what
they
I'd
don't know
be.
if there was a grown man up there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, particularly, I mean, this is on. There's a door, where Summer was supposed to have been abducted, and then on the same side, you have Grandis and Candace sitting in the camper doorway.
Right.
Um, and as soon as Summer would have had to go down those stairs, she would have immediately, like as soon as she touched the bottom step, she would have had to immediately have been abducted.
Right. Um, Justin, Discovering says, Justin, have you figured out the creator that was involved in Summer's case that his stepdad's family has property behind Ben Hill?
Have you figured out the creator that was involved in Summer's case that his stepdad's family was behind Ben Hill? I don't know anything about that.
Well, who all is local? Scott and Squall.
It's not a local creator.
Oh, it's not a local
No.
creator.
One more question for Discovering, and she's not asked it, but I will. What do you think of Damien? Do you think Damien could have been involved in this?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No.
What do you think of Jody Sue that she just blah blah blah?
I don't think Jody Sue has anything to do with it whatsoever. Yeah, I mean,
I've never thought she had anything to do with it
I mean,
personally.
the thing you can't get past is 2 to 4 minutes. And then what if that person walked straight into the basement because you couldn't see inside? There is a thing, a film over it to where you can't see inside. You
Right.
can see outside, but you can't see inside. And Candace can't even remember if the door was locked or open or shut. I mean, that should be the first thing that should tell you that, oh my God, this door is open. Where's my kid?
Right.
Yeah.
If the door's shut, you're not going to, you're going to think she went upstairs probably. But regardless, it doesn't matter what neighbor we're talking about. It is 2 to 4 minutes. You can't hike up all the way up that hill, grab a kid, and know that that kid is in the basement, a little girl by herself without, I mean, what if there was just a man in that basement?
Right.
How is the perpetrator supposed to know who was in that basement? They don't.
And there was several vehicles there. So like, unless you just know that okay, that's just Kansas vehicle, that's Grandma's vehicle, and this one's not running, and that don't. I mean, they're kind of like you wouldn't even know who all was there if you pull up and see vehicles like that. I mean, you think there was a handful of people on that property.
Well, not only that. I
To
mean,
lessen your, yeah. I mean, like
you
that
have
right there.
Grandis sitting in the doorway. Candace fixing her knee brace, which I don't know why she needs her knee brace fixed. She just got left the hospital. Um, and they had at least 14 dogs at that time. And under the house, there was puppies. Now, I've been to Ben Hill Road several times. This is the last time that I went, June 15th, was the only time that I've been there that there wasn't dogs. And you pull right on Ben Hill Road from Beach Creek, the blue house with the house with the blue roof, their dogs start barking. And by the time you get to Ben Hill Road, turn off your engine, those dogs are down at the end of the driveway.
Right.
Every time. Every time I've been there, those dogs were at the end of the driveway. They would not step on the pavement. They would just go to the mailbox. Farthest they would go is to the mailbox. They would go in the woods. They never went in the road or anything. It's almost like they had one of those invisible fences there. And Don and Candace like to say that the dogs weren't there that day. Well, unless the mother with the puppies underneath their house took all of her, her 6 or 7 puppies that she had, you can't tell me all those dogs left. Because all those dogs did the entire time was sit around the trees. They played, they laid under the shade bushes and all that all day long. That's exactly what they did. And those dogs they trust me. Nothing got past those dogs.
Well, the main thing about that, I mean, not the main thing, but a thing to point out about that is Don swears beyond a shadow of a doubt that those dogs were not there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Don didn't get there until 7 o'clock that night, supposedly.
Supposedly,
How would he know?
yeah.
How would he know that the dogs weren't there?
Well, that's a good point, because by the time the police got there, magically the dogs were back.
Exactly.
See, I was here
How
trying to play
convenient.
devil's advocate a little bit, and it all still just leads back to it's just almost impossible for it to be anybody else. And I've never once said that they were guilty, but I just said they look good for it. That's what I'll say.
See, my thing is, I personally, and I have never wavered on this since I've been ready to make a decision, and I've always thought the parents have something to do with it, always.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't know, but I have a high suspicion. But again, at the end of the day, it doesn't, I'm not saying it doesn't matter whether they did or not, because it does matter, but the people and the way I feel about the people that really support them, they are child neglectors. I don't support child neglectors.
Exactly. That's what I've been preaching on for 2 or 3 days now.
And I don't support someone that has they've lost 9 kids combined
Right.
and never fought for them, never got them back, never tried.
Everybody says we can't prove they're guilty for the disappearance. We can't prove it. We can't prove it. They're not guilty until proven guilty. Well, they're not. We can't prove it right now. But they are guilty for causing those boys to be taken into state's custody. They are guilty for not trying to take care of them since they've been put in custody.
Candace has a paper. Kathy read it to Dawn whenever Dawn was in jail. Candace can show it. She won't, but she can show it that, the official reason why they took the children, the boys, was for neglect.
Yeah.
Look at their bedroom. Look at those kids' bedroom. I mean, it's dark, damp, dingy, windowless, unwarming, unwelcoming, filthy.
And I didn't see, you saw the motorcycles and stuff for the boys outside, and you saw a game system. Other than that, I mean, everybody zoomed in on the fact that Summer didn't have any toys, but you never saw anything for the boys either.
Well, I mean, Candace bought toys and stuff from yard sales and Facebook Place and stuff like that. And that's fine, but that doesn't equal a wholesome, clean, safe home.
With 3 hot meals a day.
Right. Prisoners gets 3
or
hot
a meal
and a
at all
pot.
a day, because
Right.
you can't convince me Summer had anything to eat that day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if she'd come back and said hot dog or not. It took her 2 years to say she had a hot dog. I said, I don't believe that kid. I just don't believe she had anything to eat all day.
Yeah.
All day.
I don't either.
Justin, Tammy is wanting to know what's your thoughts on the Fred Hill story.
The Fred Hill story. 1 second, please.
I'm glad Justin came up here.
I am too. He's been promising for a long time. I love talking with other creators and brainstorming and carrying on conversations.
Like I said, I've tried to play devil's advocate, but it's
hard to do. Yeah, I know.
It is.
The Fred Hill story. I don't believe the Fred Hill story, but I am. We're working on something right now, and I feel like if anybody is involved outside of Dawn and Candace, it would be Andy or Fred. So
there's that, huh?
And Fred was the first one that Dawn said something about too. I mean, who he pointed the finger at him.
Well, the way I look at it is, there's a little bit of truth in every lie.
Well, see, people say there's a little bit of truth in every lie, but sometimes the whole truth is a lie. Sometimes the whole the lie is, it's all a lie. Sometimes I don't know why Fred said that. I don't know if he knew the repercussions of what he was saying. I don't know if there is some truth to that. Don't I don't know. But my thing is still at the end of the day, how would Fred have known, or this Cotton guy or this Chad Arnold guy, how would they know that Summer was up there alone in
Right.
a bedroom?
Exactly. That's the whole thing. Because Cam himself showed on that bottom downstairs door that when you walk up to that door, it's mirrored. You cannot see in that door.
And that wasn't there when Jose was there, by the way. That mirror like tint
Yeah.
on the door, it was not like that when Jose was there either. So that's been something they've put up since, which Jose was there 8 or 9 months after or before Summer went missing.
So it was confirmed he was there that long, because I thought people
No,
were
no.
saying he
He said
wasn't
he
there
was
No,
that
there.
long.
He was there
before,
before.
before,
He was
yeah,
only there for
Oh,
like a month or so, but
oh,
yeah,
okay, yeah, my bad.
before Summer went missing. Yeah, so
Do you
that's interesting. And
what
the
do you think
sofa,
of
it
Andrew
was. I don't know
Hill?
if she lives or not.
I mean, what do you
What
mean?
do you
Like,
think of Well, what do you think of the trip of Andrew Hiltz and them coming down and
I think
leaving
it's
all
a
in one day?
I think it's a weird story. I don't know if anything was involved, but I also think Andrew and them, they move a lot and they don't have a lot of, and I don't say this with any malice or anything, they don't have a lot of stability, and they're kind of, take life by the seat of their pants, and they'll move from one state to another state, to one home to another home. But I mean, I can understand people thinking it's odd.
Yeah, it's definitely odd.
So, um, Summer was in the kitchen with Candace, and she was raising Cain about Donnie getting off of YouTube, and he started yelling at her, and there was a bunch of people there, and she walked out there, and
Yeah, I don't know where the rest of it is or
when
what.
was that, Roxanne?
Oh, that was supposedly on the 14th at the party.
Oh,
Oh, she knocked the chin out of him. The
So
chip
there
out
was
of
a
him.
party on the supposedly. So there was supposedly a party on the 14th, and
Yeah.
DFC was out there closing a case all at the same time.
yeah. I don't. I
According to
don't.
Don,
I think
that
it's interesting
case was
how
closed.
they're supposedly closing a case on the 14th, and she goes missing the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to know, did CPS, DHS say, listen, you need to go, we need to go get them a health check to make sure they're okay before we can finally clear this out, and
yeah, like a final last step to get it closed was them
got
getting
ya,
a physical or something.
got ya, yeah.
Well, was it proven that Candace had like got Summer enrolled in kindergarten, was getting her ready for kindergarten and stuff? I mean,
I do believe she did have her enrolled. I haven't. I mean, that's not 100% confirmed because, um, it's really hard to know. But from what
Hey,
I
Justin,
understand,
can you check the back chat, please?
sure. think I can. Do you mean, hold on. Oh, hold on. No.
Okay. All right. Just wondering, darling. Okay. What did it say? One CPS worker and one supervisor closing a case at 6 at night. Yeah, supervisors don't normally go out to close a case out either.
Yeah. Yeah, supervisors generally don't do that. I mean, CPS can come at all, anytime. But for something that's root, that's there, that's already on their docket, their file list, they're not going to go out there at 6 o'clock unless there's an emergency.
Actually, in my opinion, I think part of the reason that the boys got took was I don't know if you heard it or not, but I did do a video on it, Justin, where on the 21st, which was Father's Day, after Summer went missing, DCS was sitting at the bottom of the hill and they heard so much screaming and stuff going on with the boys from Dawn. They went running up the hill to find out what was going on.
Really? I've never
Yeah,
heard that.
yeah, that came out of Don Wells's mouth himself. There was a news
Really?
article about it and everything.
So were they planning on going there anyways? And they were just like,
No, that was a Sunday, honey. They were sitting there watching the house.
got it.
Why were they watching the house? Just because of Summer's disappearance?
I guess. I'm not real sure.
Kind of weird.
I thought that was really odd for DCS to just be sitting up there watching, waiting, and then that it got so bad, him screaming and carrying on with the boys, that DCS went running up that driveway to get to the house to find out what was going on.
Are you for real? Said the searchers heard that commotion and went to check. Not the CPS.
No, it was, well, Don Wells himself said it was CPS.
A lot of people in chat are saying that it was even confirmed on the news that she had enrolled her in school. I've seen that about 4 or 5 times in chat, just to let y'all know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. There might be ways of finding that out, but I don't see how they could have found, how anybody could know for sure, because you're not allowed to know anything about kids.
I just wonder if they were allowed to find that out because she was missing, since it was on the news. So I don't know.
Do you know, Justin? Have you heard
Uh,
that for sure she was enrolled in school?
I haven't heard for sure. No, I mean it's hard to know for sure, but I mean I would think Candace would have already enrolled her since the boys were already in school. So Katrina says they confirmed she was enrolled. So
Right.
Well, I can see that it probably might have been Candace and Grandis fighting, because I think Grandis was wanting them to stay off YouTube, and Grandis wasn't all about them going on YouTube and doing all this talking with everybody.
mm-hmm.
And they should have listened to her, because they've said a lot.
Right.
And it has damaged their whatever reputation they had. It really did not help them one bit. Especially they lie because of all the lie. I mean, it's all.
Kirst is right. She says most creators and subs who say they have proof go off of the picture of Summer at the doctor's appointment.
Someone said it was on the news in Tennessee that somebody had talked to a guidance counselor. But then someone else said that school will not release that information. So I don't know. I don't know how it works in a missing child's case about that.
Yeah.
I do know this is I've watched a lot of true crime, and this case right here takes the cake with as many people that's came out and
I don't
and
think there'll
lied.
ever be another case like this, and I pray to God there never is.
Me
Me
too.
too. Because this will Maddie right now. I believe it says that Maddie McCain's case is the case of the century. I think
Hmm.
this will
Not
become
anymore.
this will become this is going to be history. It really is. It's going to
Well,
be one that people talk about for eons.
yeah, yeah, for sure. All right,
And I'm
man.
not gonna even.
I'm gonna jump
Yeah, I'm
off
fixing
now.
it.
So,
Me
Okay,
too,
Justin, I
Nana. I'm
appreciate
fixing
you
to
coming
jump
out.
down.
all right. Good night, y'all. Nice
You have
talking
a
to
good night,
you.
hon. You
You
take
too.
care of them babies.
You too. All right. Bye bye.
Bye, hon. Well, we finally got him up here, guys. I am so happy that Justin finally joined us on panel, and we got a lot of insight from him. So I know he always does lives and he talks about stuff all the time, but to hear one on one, hang on one second, guys. I gotta grab his cat. Biscuit, shut up. Get out of here. Sorry, I've already got one cat I've got to go out and find here in just a minute. I didn't need two of them. But I like hearing from the creator, getting to ask questions and not just hearing what they're, what's going on in their mind. That didn't sound right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Guys, I'm so thankful that all of you came in here to listen, to give your opinions, to give your thoughts, be able to, yes, Biscuit is sassy. Well, what it is the cat was in the window, so she was jumping on her for it. Fixing to jump out the window because they have destroyed my screens on my windows. But I want to thank all of you. This is all of our channel. And I greatly appreciate all the contribution that all of you put in when it comes to discussions like this. Guys, there is a little boy before we close out. We've got about 10 minutes. Let me make sure I got that. And there's a little boy I want you guys to keep in mind. Okay, let me get it pulled up here. He went missing from Virginia, and we are looking for information on him. Hang on. We cannot find much information on him. Him and his mother are both missing. His name is Liam Alvarez. Went missing June the 14th, 2023 from Vienna, Virginia. He's 1 year old. Hispanic, brown hair, brown eyes, 2 foot tall, and about 30 pounds, guys. Liam was last seen in the company of his mother, Jacqueline Alvarez. I can't say it. Who is also listed as missing, guys. Please try to find information about this baby. Help us get his story, his name, his face out there, because they all deserve attention on their cases. And there's one video on TikTok about this baby, and that is it. And we really need help getting his name out there and finding out what's going on with him. So if you all wouldn't mind sharing it with your other favorite creators and put it on your Facebook. Remember, his name is Liam Alvarez. Alvarez. Yeah, I think that's it. Alvarez. And just like Discovering always says, y'all don't forget to talk to your kids, their friends, neighbors' kids, and the neighborhood kids about stranger danger, because so many kids aren't aware of the dangers in this world. Don't forget to call your parents up. Let them know how much they mean to you. Make sure your children know how very much you love them, whether they're grown or little, whether it's your kids, your grandkids, your stepkids, your adopted kids, or just somebody else's kid that might need to hear it. Okay? Yeah, this is the little guy right here, Liam Alvarez. But we need to get the information on him out. Get his picture out there. He's been missing way too long already. Him and his mom. So I'm going to close it out for now, guys. I greatly appreciate all of you being here. Mods, you are greatly appreciated so very much. As mods, as subscribers, as members, as my friends, and I can't thank all of you enough. The subs, the viewers, my friends, my mods, members. I am working on getting the non after dark going so that the members actually have something just for them. Not trying to take away from everybody, but I have to do something for my members. You guys have a great night. Don't forget to say your prayers. Thank the good Lord above that you got to wake up and experience another day in this wonderful world. Even as dark as the world we look at every day, we still have a wonderful life. We get to wake up every morning and try to be the best person that we can possibly be. And try to look after as many kids as we can. I hope you enjoyed your night. I definitely enjoyed the conversation, the company, and I will see you all tomorrow. I love y'all. Bye.